morning, everybody. Okay, so I have been, I was going to say quite busy, but not really that busy. But anyhow, I have been busy. And I've been doing an awful lot of art. And I think because of this coronavirus, I've also been getting very bored and a little bit depressed. So I started doing a lot of artwork, and I've had so many people inspire me. My two sisters, my sister Lilibel in Alberta, my sister Jane, who's a very good artist, and there's this one named Cassandra, and she's on YouTube. Oh my God, I love her. She does the authentic spiritual tarot cards, but she's also an artist, a true artist, and she's so down to earth, and oh my God, I just love this woman. And from her channel, I discovered how to make dolls. And so, I made my own spirit doll. See? There she is. It's my first doll I ever made. And I made her clothes and everything. I drew the pattern. I found it very difficult to download any patterns. So, I guess our printer's not doing very well either. It's very hard to print stuff out. So I had to draw the patterns by myself and cut them out, and I painted on her face. The nose, I went on YouTube and learned how to pinch the fabric and with some needle and thread and make the nose. And the doll's eyes and lips I had painted. And I learned all that from Cassandra. And she's kind of a gypsy, isn't she? She looks like a gypsy because we are gypsies. My family, we're Romany people. We're actually mixed breed, mixture of everything. Found out with my DNA I've got some Viking blood, so I'm a Viking gypsy. This is a moonstone. I made this bag. I cut out some fabric and I folded it over and I'd sewn it up. I didn't need a pattern. And I put a moonstone inside. I love moonstones. And her hair is just regular wool, plain wool. And what I did was I cut a long piece, fold it in half. So this is like one piece, and I fold it in half. And then with a needle and thread, I just placed it on the doll, and I just with a needle and thread sewn it in. That's it. I didn't actually sew the wool into the scalp. I just folded it in half, placed it on top, and used a needle and thread and sewn that, attached it to the actual doll's head, and it's completely full. Look at that. So you know what? I'm going to make a video one day how to make these dolls. She's not as I do love her. She's not as good as Cassandra's dolls. Cassandra's dolls are excellent. But look at her hands. I even painted her nails. So, yeah, I just love her. Anyhow, and then today I decided to go out and cut a lot of herbs. It's getting very cold now, and the temperature is really dropping fast. So this is verbena. And I got a little bit of lemon balm. I have a lot of lemon balm that I had dried in my dehydrator. But these guys, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. You just tie it up with a string and hang it up to dry. Because when I did that with the mother's wort, I was really surprised at how well those leaves dried. And I actually did like it a little bit better than using my dehydrator. I found them to be more dry, but anyhow, it's hard to explain. And I also find that when I place my herbs in the dehydrator, sometimes the flavor disappears, and you got to be very careful at the temperature you use. I think I used a very high temperature, and but anyhow, and this is stevia, which is the sugary plant. That's a lot of stevia, isn't it? So I'm just going to hang these guys up. This does not get full sun. It is kind of bright, but it doesn't get full sun. As long as the full sun is not shining on it, it's okay. Because right here I had my mother's wort last time. So here. Okay, that's my stevia. And this is lemon verbena. And my little bit of lemon balm. Yeah. So I grow a lot of this and I dry a lot of these kind of herbs. They're very flavorful. I also have an awful lot of mint growing in the backyard, and I do this because I do make some teas for my older daughter, and I like to put in mother's wort, the dried leaves, like 1 or 2 leaves in with the tea, and it helps with the anxiety, helps us, helps my daughter, helps me. I'm not a doctor, but it does help us, and these kind of herbs adds flavor to it because mother's wort does not taste good. I know one time I did say it tastes good because I was adding an awful lot of mint to it, and mint is very strong. So one day I decided I'm just going to make it with mother's wort and see how it tastes, and yeah, it doesn't taste good. So you put in some flavorful herbs and it tastes really nice. And so anyhow, I've also been, just wanted to show you this. I had this in another video where I was sitting there crocheting. And I'm making a sweater that I found on Pinterest. And there goes my crochet hook. So it's, you just crochet a long rectangular blanket. It's not wide enough yet. I think I still have about 12 inches to go. And all you do is you fold it over, you fold the ends like this, like when it's done. You know what? Hold on a second. Let me adjust my camera. So this is what you do. You make a very long, well not long, a very wide rectangular shape blanket. And then you just fold it. See where the center is, and like right about here is the center. So you just fold this down like this on one side and like this on the other side. And then you would sew up these edges here, and you would leave a hole, a gap there. And that's for your arm and your hand to come out. But and if it's a lot wider, then this would be a lot longer, right? And so that's what I'm doing. Making my own little sweater jacket. It's like a shrug kind of thing. But I still have a lot to crochet. Okay, and I've also learned weaving. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, and I did it on this cardboard, and you just cut a lot of slits about, I did this about 1/4 inch apart, and you wrap it with this white string, tape the ends onto the back, and then you just wrap it around back and forth all down the front. You don't have to go around to the back. And then start weaving. I learned this on YouTube, and yeah, this is my sampler. Isn't that cool? I love this. And this, these are just strands that you hook around. You can cut them short, you can have them really long. Anyhow, I'm learning an awful lot. I just love to do arts and crafts. These are the stones that I picked up. I took my kids camping, I think it was last week, and we picked these up from the shorelines from Lake Ontario. And And then we brought them home. I scrubbed them with soap and water. I used a toothbrush, scrubbed them with soap and water, and let them dry. And then I glazed them with this. I just applied, it's called Liquitex Gloss Varnish. That's all we did. I don't have a stone tumbler, and I don't think you needed them because everything is really nice and smooth. So, and also there's an awful lot of cracks in most of these stones, and I hear that if you put them in a tumbler, they will break off. So, and tumblers take weeks and weeks to smooth it all out again. I mean, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Whoopsie. I love these black rocks. I would love to get my daughter. I have a an engraver with oh, what's it called? Anyhow, I have an electric engraver, and I'd like my daughter to engrave a pattern on top, and then you can just rub a little bit of glue inside, and then clear it off the rest of the stone, and then glaze it. It would be really beautiful. Isn't that nice? I don't know if you guys can see that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love these stones. This one, it's nothing special, but it feels nice. Feels really nice just to hold it in the hand. I don't know what it is about this stone, but it just feels really good. This looks like, I think this is just a piece of sandstone or some clay that had hardened, but it looks like a foot. Doesn't that look like a foot? And it has a dip in the heel part. I don't know if you can see that, but so it looks like something stepped on. I don't know if it's a duck or could be a duck. Duck's footprint, or a goose, the Canadian goose, the Great Canadian Goose footprint. That'd be cool. Look at these guys. Aren't they gorgeous? I just love them. Just love them. I love these rose-colored ones. These are nice. So I only put one coating on because I'm not sure how well this stuff is going to be. I don't know. This is my first time doing this. I think next time I pick up some stones, I'm going to do the same thing, scrub them, and let them clean them, dry them, and then I'm going to put a little bit of oil on top and see how that works. I mean, you just got to think of different things to do. I mean, everybody needs hobbies, right? Isn't this a beautiful stone? So beautiful. And this one here has markings in it that looks like waves. Camera's not really zooming in that well or focusing, but this is just so beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? And this one has some shells. So this looks like it was a rock that had broken in half, and there's some shells inside. So we kept this one. Just make a nice paperweight. And this one I just loved because it's just round. Another one, it was a rock that broke in half apparently, and I do love the markings inside. I think everything is just so beautiful. This one is pure white. Look at that. And these guys are beautiful. But this one I really love. It's a deep red color. So nice. And this one has some silver, little shiny silvery bits inside it. But yeah, so that's it. Okay. Oops. Sorry guys. So anyhow, that's it. I hope you all have a great day. And just try and stay busy, get some hobbies, do stuff. And you know, I've tried canning. I'm not very good at it, and but anyhow, I have been canning a little bit. I also made some sauerkraut. I've been fermenting sauerkraut. I'll show you. I have this kit that I bought from Amazon, and I have been making it's my second time making sauerkraut. And apparently you can ferment tomatoes as well, and I have a lot of cherry tomatoes, so I'm going to try that, see how that works. You can ferment it with a little bit of garlic and tiny bit of basil. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I've never done that before, but I'm learning all these new things. Anyhow, you guys have a great day.